Hey everybody, Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Happy Thursday. Okay, Enjin, ticker ENJ, even on the heels of yesterday's big news, continues to pump, doesn't want to stop, isn't quitting at $1.38 right now. That's up over 23% at the time of this recording, hitting a recent fresh all-time high of about $1.45. That was posted as of about 22 minutes ago here on CoinGecko.com. We're going to be discussing some further Enjin updates. We have a price prediction that we're going to alert you to on the website altcoinbuzz.io. But we have a lot of different altcoin projects that have a lot of different positive updates in this space right now. So we're going to be discussing Crypto.com in today's video, Terra, Virtua, Elrond, Plasma.Pay, Plasma.Finance, Paid Network, Brave, of course, the internet browser that I'm using actually right now, and BAT. They have an important update to discuss. Orion protocol, linear finance. We'll also be discussing Injective protocol and some positive macro news that bleeds into the world of Litecoin. Give you guys a sense of what Grayscale is doing with regards to their Litecoin investments. Of course, the MimbleWimble update is coming up pretty quickly. We're now inside of 2 weeks. So if you guys like this kind of content, Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and altcoins, of course, be sure to like and subscribe to Altcoin Buzz. So Enjin, as I mentioned, is in the news in a big way. I don't want to go over too much more of what we covered yesterday, but NFTs are definitely their jam. NFTs, insofar as they overlap with blockchain gaming, especially, not just blockchain gaming, but that's also a major part of their use case. Check out Enjin's thread here, this posted yesterday. You can also check out the update here and why we feel, maybe this is going to come sooner rather than later, but Pratik's update here, price analysis on ENJ's road to $1.65. As I mentioned earlier today, as I record now, we're kind of creeping up on $1.40. The all-time high was about $1.44 from 20 or so minutes ago. But check out Pratik's analysis here as to why we can probably relatively soon hit $1.65. And then once we achieve that, once that resistance becomes support, where we can go from there. As always, guys, you are very welcome to join our Telegram Trade Signals group. It is never financial advice, but if you're looking for like-minded individuals to have a discussion, an informed discussion about price signals, about technical analysis, chart analysis, that kind of thing, then check it out. I always pin that to the top of the comments section. You're very welcome to join that group. Just check the comments below. So let's keep our eye on Enjin, obviously a big partner of the channel. And by the way, we've never been sponsored by Enjin. I was called out in the comments yesterday saying that we're shilling for Enjin. No, we're just big fans. We've been fans of Enjin ever since it was, 2, 3, 4 cents. And so it's very gratifying for us to be behind a project, to believe in it, and then see it grow like almost 100-fold. And we still feel that we're in early stages. It's really just the beginning. Check out the full story here if you're not up to speed on all the positive developments that have now been executed by the Enjin team on altcoinbuzz.io here. Enjin Scaling Solutions, JumpNet and Efinity, with this article by Rachel. The scaling solutions, JumpNet and Efinity, are going to support both non-fungible tokens, that's NFTs, and fungible tokens from any blockchain. Also here on Enjin.io, it's an introduction to the idea here of JumpNet, forever free Ethereum scaling. Moving right along for today here, the 4th of March, we're looking at Crypto.com and their updates. They're proud to announce the launch of a whole new venture capital arm. So Crypto.com Capital, a $200 million venture fund. Guys, I've dabbled in venture funds. I've been in touch with VCs over the course of these last couple of years for various projects and whatnot. A $200 million venture fund. There are many that exist, don't get me wrong, but they're few and far between. Like, that is a serious size that they're starting at as their baseline. Very impressive. It's geared toward crypto founders. So we will lead your seed or Series A investment round, fundraising round. We'll put your project in front of our 10+ million users. Raising, ping us at capital@crypto.com. And you can read more about that on the blog here, blog.crypto.com. Crypto.com launches $200 million fund for crypto startups. And what I find is really cool about this is the maturation of the ecosystem, right? Because it's not just a small network of people or a small room full of board members or whatever deciding on a project. Like, as they said in that post, this now extends to that 10 million plus user ecosystem. And there are going to be many users of the wallet, of the exchange, that may want to participate in some of the better ideas that rise to the top. Cream always rises to the top in these kinds of ecosystems. So I think that's fantastic. Kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting this. I hadn't heard rumors about it or anything, but it makes perfect sense. So very, very cool initiative here. Crypto.com exchange derivatives race, another update that we want to alert you to. $200,000 worth of rewards are up for grabs. The grand prize is $20,000. Additional prizes from the Aston Martin Cognizant Formula One team. Here's what you have to do. Trade BTC USD and ETH USD perpetuals to participate. Details are available here on blog.crypto.com. Best of luck if you choose to participate and if you're in the running for that 20,000 USD first prize. As always, guys, check out our link in the description below, as well as the comments. You can avail yourself of a Crypto.com MCO Visa card and get $25 loaded onto it for free simply by using the code AB. Check it out. Yesterday, we were talking a whole lot about NFTs, whether or not certain NFTs out there are worth it. Again, I want to emphasize the use case for NFTs, the kind of like in theory pragmatic use case. I'm all about it. I love the idea of non-fungible tokens. I just think it's ridiculous. You see some of this hipster art selling for like $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, $1, $2, $3 million for something that looks like it's composed of like 200 or 300 pixels. I think it's a joke. I think like there's a certain level of mania that we're reaching that we're going to have to inevitably retrace from. That being said, there's still a lot of cool stuff out there in the space. Case in point, Terra Virtua here at Terra Virtua HQ. We know how excited you've been for Pacific Rim The Black. We can't leave anime fans waiting much longer, so you can get your hands on this limited 2DA poster now. 10 copies only. We've been talking about Terra Virtua from time to time. We've been giving you guys updates and whatnot, and these guys are appreciating very nicely in price. Ticker is TVK, up over 29% on the day. Sometimes I do highlight the major daily gains if they've been significant, but it's more about taking a long-term snapshot here. And if you take a look at the 3-month snapshot, in the case of TVK, you can see kind of the pattern here, and you can extrapolate, and never financial advice, but these guys I think are poised to do pretty well. Still a low-ish market cap of a little over $54 million, so a lot of potential there. Check them out if you haven't already. Terra Virtua Collect, ticker TVK. Elrond now is in the news. Their hyper-growth journey continues. Global cross-chain liquidity for EGLD and Elrond assets via Reef DeFi. Hashtag hypergrowth100 day 58. Here's what they're talking about. Global cross-chain liquidity for eGold and Elrond assets via DeFi platform Reef Finance. So Elrond Network is excited to announce that they're going to be connected to Reef Finance, the cross-chain DeFi platform which aggregates liquidity from multiple chains and centralized exchanges. Here's a quote from Elrond CEO Benjamin Minsu. Assets that become globally available regardless of the originating platform will add up to a massive liquidity pool. The resulting unprecedented flow of value will amplify DeFi benefits for everyone, and actors like Reef Finance have the opportunity to enable that. So we're happy to interoperate towards our common vision. Elrond quickly becoming a favorite here of the altcoin buzz army, up over 9% on the day, breaching above that $150 mark, now $151.42. They're still below their all-time high, which was set about 4 weeks ago, $214.12. But Elrond kind of mounting an assault pretty nicely for new all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one in the near future. PlasmaPay and Plasma.Finance here at Plasma_Pay. They're in the news. Learn more on PPAY staking. Plasma.Finance is excited to present you the new PPAY token, representative of your share in the PPAY staking pool. You can read our full blog post on it. That's available here. Plasma.Finance PPAY staking for fairer passive income from DeFi. There are a lot of positive DeFi platforms out there in the space. You may want to take a look at Plasma.Finance. And this particular initiative, I think the important thing is to get involved in one way or another, because there are too many effectively passive income opportunities to avoid them altogether. So that being said, I'm not pushing this one in particular, but take a look at the details here if you're interested. What is XPPAY? Well, it's a PPAY derivative asset, and it's the token that represents your PPAY share in the staking pool and includes yet to be paid future profit. So if PPAY is your token for trading and or speculation, then XPPAY can be considered as your stock share of the Plasma.Finance platform, entitling you to all future platform earnings, kind of similar to dividends from stocks in centralized finance or CFI. Again, kind of a passive income option that you have at your disposal. Check out the blog post here for full information. Plasma.Finance, unfortunately down today, but still a project that we're very excited about. When in doubt, zoom out, take a look at the 6-month pattern here. You guys can see for yourselves. I don't have to say much more when it comes to that. Paid network in the news right now. We're excited to announce that Polka Foundry has committed to Ignition launch. It provides interoperability between DeFi and Web 3.0 apps by leveraging the tech of both Polkadot and Substrate. Whitelisting open. IDO coming up very quickly in just under a week on the 10th of March, 2 p.m. GMT. More information is available here. Polkadot Foundry commits to launch IDO on Ignition. You guys can check out our recent write-up for everything you need to know about Ignition as well on the website altcoinbuzz.io. Paid up over 11%, nearly 12% on the day to now just under $3, $2.95, with a market cap that's also climbing nicely above 100 million right now at $117.073 million. Brave Software is in the news. At Brave is the Twitter handle. Today we're announcing, this is actually yesterday, Brave Search and the acquisition of Tailcat, the open search engine. Brave Search and the Brave browser constitute the industry's first independent, privacy-preserving alternative to big tech. Privacy is becoming mainstream. I don't mention it all that often, but when the topic of Brave comes up, I do like to mention that for every video that I create here, and my personal use as well, I am a user of Brave browser. It's pretty cool. I think their search functionality is not like the best of the best, but I think it's a very easy trade-off for me. It's a company that does emphasize privacy, which for me is becoming, it always has been a big deal. I think if you're kind of in this space, chances are you have a little bit of a libertarian mindset to one extent or another. So privacy of information, making sure that Big Brother, doesn't have direct exposure to your data, your information, that kind of stuff is important to me. And so I've been a pretty regular user of Brave browser for the past several years, I'd say. So this is great news for them. Kudos to Brave, and of course, by extension, BAT. We'll get to that in just a second. We're here on Brave.com. You can check out this update. Brave acquires search engine to offer the first private alternative to Google Search and Google Chrome on both mobile and desktop. Let me know if this is something that's important to you guys in the comments below. But we are, I think, in this brave new world that we're entering, privacy is now becoming, even for projects that weren't necessarily emphasizing privacy, it's becoming an important variable that almost needs to be addressed. We'll actually be discussing that at the tail end of this video with Litecoin and MimbleWimble, which is coming up. But you're seeing the proliferation of, I think, as something as far as that people are prioritizing. Privacy is becoming a pretty big deal. Unfortunately, Basic Attention Token happens to be down today, BAT, but a market cap of now over $1 billion, 72 cents per BAT. I don't know why it's down today. This seems like it's positive news. Let's take a look at the last year snapshot here and see how they're doing. Wow, that's a slow load. I'm not sure why. But taking a look at the last year here, again, the trajectory, extremely positive, up multiple hundreds of percentage points. That's why when I look at an individual day, for example, a 24-hour stretch, and I see a project is down double digits, look, I mean, everybody's different. If you're a day trader, if you're a short-term swing trader, maybe this does concern you. But if you're into BAT, if you like them, if you've invested for the long haul, then, who cares? When in doubt, zoom out. Let's take a look at Orion protocol here, at Orion_protocol. Polka Markets joins as latest liquidity boost plugin partner. This is going to provide substantial cross-chain liquidity to Polka Markets' DeFi prediction market, reducing slippage, aiding cost effectiveness, and improving user experience. ORN times POLK. More info on blog.orionprotocol.io. Polka Markets joins as liquidity boost plugin provider. Great news. Up 6.9% on the day, now up above $16.50 with a market cap $340 million. Not too bad. They're now a nice mid cap, certainly. That's safe to say. So nice price performance and on the heels of this news that we're seeing here for Orion Protocol. Linear Finance here in the news. We're pleased to announce the launch of our Sangle official large cap XLCI and Sangle blue chip XBCI index, trading to begin on the 10th of March at 1700 hours UTC. Details are available here if you'd like to read more about this development. Linear to launch Sangle, I think that's how you say it, Sangle large cap and Sangle blue chip indexes. Linear Finance here also with this update. No, my mistake. That is what I just covered. Moving right along here. Digicol at Digicol Official. We're happy to announce Digicol partners with Polygon to provide an enhanced user experience for the users without the hassles of transactions on Ethereum. More about this here on digicol.medium.com. Digicol partners with Polygon, formerly known as MATIC, to provide an enhanced user experience for the users without the hassles of transactions on Ethereum, which for a lot of people is a major hassle right now. Those fees, that congestion is insane at the moment. And look, if you're trading in large volumes, huge sums of money, yeah, you probably don't care that you have to pay $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 per transactions. But if you're transacting in smaller volumes, then that's a huge deal. So we don't want Ethereum to be a network of the rich here, and Digicol is obviously responding to consumer demand. So check it out. We'll link to this in the description below. Injective Protocol. We're thrilled to announce that Figment_IO, one of the world's largest blockchain infrastructure providers, is partnering with Injective Labs. Big news here. Figment, again, one of the world's largest blockchain infrastructure providers, partners with Injective. And now to kind of leave things off, I want to provide some macro level updates with regards to Grayscale to begin with. So this from yesterday, the 3rd of March, net assets under management, which has slipped a little bit in recent days and weeks, but still $39.2 billion. These guys are expanding rapidly despite a recent retracement. No big deal in the long run. It's going to be a blip on the radar. Here's what I wanted to point out, though. Grayscale has recently added 174,000 Litecoin, LTC, to its Litecoin holdings. Price of the altcoin is unresponsive for now. But, what would encourage you more? A sudden price spike in Litecoin or an unresponsive reaction? For me, if I see this kind of news and I see that the price is unresponsive, not financial advice, but that would kind of flick my bullish switch for Litecoin. You combine that with the fact that you have that privacy protocol, again, MimbleWimble coming in very quickly. I believe it's the 15th of March that's going to take effect. That will see the update. You have this major investment activity behind the scenes. Not too bad for Litecoin. We haven't discussed Litecoin in a little while, but I think especially when you consider its performance against Bitcoin, it is poised for some very explosive growth kind of in maybe Q2, Q3, even Q4 of this year. And I think there's a lot of potential upside when you take all the variables into consideration. Let me know what you guys think about Litecoin in the comments below. I think we should start paying some more attention to LTC. This is just kind of a conjecture piece at the moment, very speculative. I don't know if there's really any substantial foundation to this story. Nevertheless, this is kind of the chatter right now, the rumors that are circulating their way through the grapevine, courtesy of Cointelegraph.com. Netflix might, with an emphasis on might, be the next Fortune 100 firm to buy Bitcoin. This is according to Tim Draper. Here's what he has to say. I think Reed Hastings, this is a quote, is a very innovative guy and has a lot of creative thinking, and I think he still controls the reins at Netflix. So I think he might be the next big one to fall. Again, very, very speculative, remains to be seen, but we've had some positive, adoption news lately, of course, out of Square, MicroStrategy, definitely, Tesla, Amazon now with what they did with Ethereum, AWS, Amazon Web Services. Netflix may indeed be the next to fall, but we can't really say much more than that for the time being. So we'll continue to update if and when we get new information. That's all I can really say for the time being. Michael Saylor here, speaking of MicroStrategy, this from yesterday. The digital transformation of balance sheets continues with Deloitte running this 3-part series in the Wall Street Journal, CFO Journal, to review rational and best practices for incorporating Bitcoin into the corporate treasury. So Deloitte, major firm, getting into this space, providing really the rest of the world with a blueprint on how to add Bitcoin and ultimately, by extension, other altcoins into your balance sheet if you are a major corporate. This is what mainstreaming looks like, guys. So check this out if you're interested. But between the Netflix news, between Grayscale's activity, again, you guys can see the pattern, you guys can extrapolate, and you're all smart enough to understand what's happening. We're still very, very early. So that is about it for today, everybody. Hey, do be sure you're following us on all the regular social media channels. Keep checking back into altcoinbuzz.io for all the latest. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications if you enjoyed today's video. Best of luck, of course, if you choose to invest on this Thursday. Have a great one, everybody. Stay safe. And as always, we do hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.